What is up, guys? It's TheGreatWall back at it again with another video. Today, I'm here with another Add a Legend challenge, rebuild, sim, whatever you want to call it. Um, Let me know down in the comments what you guys actually want me to call it. But that being said, we are here with the Rockies. If you guys haven't figured out by now, I'm going in order of the rebuilds that I've done already. So that being said, the third rebuild that I did was the Rockies. So here we are. This is the starting team. It's honestly not the worst team. Like, they have some decent pieces already. Like, these four guys aren't the worst in the world. Are they good? No. Are they, like, god-awful? Also no. But that being said, we're just going to sim out the first year and see how this goes. Yeah. Alright, we're at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. We don't have anyone. The Mets have 3 players. Good for them. Who is our one and only All-Star? It is going to be... I honestly have no idea who it could even possibly be. It's going to be Angel Chivilli, who's actually not bad. Good for him. Do we have anyone else? Doubt it. Oh, Ezekiel Tovar is also here. Good for him. Not bad. But it appears that that would be it. Yes, it is. All right. All right, they finished 66 and 96. Obviously not good enough to win enough games. I mean, obviously not good enough to make the playoffs. Michael Tolia, third for Gold Glove. Tyro Estrada wins Gold Glove at second base. Ezekiel Tovar in third for Gold Glove. Anyone else do anything? No. Alright, that being said, I'm going to go add our first legend, and then we will continue. Alright, I know this might seem weird, but I did start off by adding Ubaldo Jimenez. I figured why not get a good starter in here. Is he the best player in the world? No, but at least it's better than nothing. So we're going to add him to the team. I think what I'm going to try to do is add pitching first, hitters later, and see how that goes. But Ubaldo is the first player we add. Let's go see how he does. All right, we are at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. Obviously, probably not going to have anyone because we did add a pitcher. All right, let's go see how Ubaldo Jimenez is doing. Okay, 7-9 with a 3.15 ERA. I mean, he's doing his best out there. Anyone else? Brenton Doyle. All right, not bad. But Ubaldo Jimenez up 291, doing very well, so we do like to see that. The team goes 57 and 105 with the addition of Ubaldo Jimenez. That is absolutely horrendous. Awards, I'm guessing we didn't have anything. Tyro Estrada, Ezekiel Tovar, Brenton Doyle. Okay, so 3 Gold Gloves. Ezekiel Tovar, Silver Slugger. All right, good for him. League leaders. Batting War Tovar did very well this year. Good for him. Brenton Doyle did well as well. That would appear to be it. What about Pitching War? Ubaldo Jimenez, please be top 10. Alright, so he is 2.8. I mean, 3.47 ERA is not bad. Herman Marquez with a 2 ERA. Okay, that's fine with me. Alright, so not the worst. I'm going to go find our next player, and I will go add them to the team. Alright, I know it's technically Add a Legend, but I would already consider Herman Marquez to be a legend for the Rockies. So I went through and I found some of his old cards from when he was like in his prime, from around when he was an all-star, give or take. And I went through and I gave him, a boost to his stats, that fit those like old cards that he had in Diamond Dynasty to make this better. I also upgraded Ubaldo Jimenez because, in my opinion, Ubaldo Jimenez is better than Herman Marquez. So that's why, like, I mean, although they're kind of very similar on paper, Ubaldo is a higher overall. But that being said, this is a team going into 2-year. Hopefully these two guys can carry us, and yeah, we'll see. Alright, we are at the All-Star break. It is the Home Run Derby. Obviously, we still haven't added a hitter, so I don't expect anyone to be here. But let us take a look and see. Neither of our 2 starters are here, which means it's either probably Ezekiel Tovar or it's Jacob Stallings, actually. I had to do a triple take. I didn't think that there was a way in hell that it was him, but It looks like he is going to be our all-star. I mean, wow. All right. Um, talk about crazy. But that being said, let's finish out the year and see how this team does. All right, we finished 52 and 110, which is also worse than last year, I'm pretty sure. Ubaldo Jimenez led the league in strikeouts. Ryan McMahon led the league in walks, I think that said. All that means is that our hitters did not perform well. Jacob Stallings with a 3.5. Good for him. But it appears that's it. Oh, never mind. Brenton Doyle with a 3. Come on. Ubaldo and Herman Marquez had to be good. All right. Herman Marquez improved over the season, but 3.1. Ubaldo with a 2.7 up to a 96. I'm guessing that those are our only two pitchers here. Oh, nope. Ryan Feltner is also here. Okay. But that is it. All right. Let's go add another player, and then we'll go from there. All right. I know what you're thinking. Why is Kyle Freeland in 97? Well, he is our next legend. Although he's still active, I don't know if you want to consider him a legend, but in the year 2018, he did finish 4th in the Cy Young race, which is absolutely insane. I don't know if that's the highest that a what's it called? If that's the highest that a Rockies player has ever finished. But in my opinion, that is deserving of a 97 for at least that one specific year where he just absolutely dominated. That being said, Kyle Freeland is the next player that we add. Hopefully he'll take this team to a 60-team win again, or 60-win team again. That being said, let's go find out. All right, we are at the All-Star break. Home run derby. Oh, Michael Tolia makes it. Oh, okay. Go off, King. Like that. Let's see how our starting pitchers are doing. Kyle Freeland is insane. 1.64 ERA. Herman Marquez doing very well. Ubaldo Jimenez not living up to... Actually, no, he is. 3.16 ERA is not bad. All around, not terrible numbers. To be completely honest, could be better, but could be a lot worse. So, that being said, let's go finish out the rest of the year. All right, we finished 80 and 82, so the addition of Kyle Freeland made a big difference. And he led the league in ERA and innings pitched. All right, not bad. Batting war, anyone? No, so it really was the pitching that carried this team. Speaking of the pitching carrying the team, 3 out of the top 5. That's exactly what we're talking about. Awards. Cy Young, we don't have anyone anywhere near the list. Wow. Shout out Paul Skeens. Zach Veen, Rookie of the Year almost. Didn't know he was playing that much. Alright, nothing too crazy, but that being said, let's go add another player and see if they make a difference. Alright, the next player I am adding is Houston Street. I did make this guy myself, so that's why the card probably, probably not. Oh, I didn't even. Shit, I just realized I didn't even change like his defensive stats. Whoops, I'll fix that next year. But yeah, so if it's not the greatest looking thing, it's because I made it myself. So that being said, let's go ahead, let's sim out the year and see if he makes a big difference. Alright, it is the All-Star break. Home run derby time. Yeah, nothing to see here this year. Let's check out our pitching. Alright, Ubaldo Jimenez in third. Herman Marquez. Kyle Freeland having himself a little bit of an off year. That's alright. Closing pitchers. Oh, Houston Street. 17 saves. 2 blown saves. Okay. Alright. Let's finish out the year. Alright, so we finished 60 and 102, which obviously is not very good. Let's take a look. Ubaldo Jimenez does what Ubaldo Jimenez does. Ezekiel Tovar had a 5 WAR. Good for him. We need the actual hitters to start 7 up. Brenton Doyle does a job. Alright. Like I said, once these hitters start stepping up, we'll be in a better spot. Because Herman Marquez 4.2. Kyle Freeland 3.6. Ubaldo 3.5. Is Houston Street anywhere to be found? If he is, he's down here somewhere now. What about saves? Alright, 31 saves, 4 blown saves, 9 losses, 7 wins. What was his WAR looking like? 0.5. Alright. That being said, let's go find another player, add them to this team. Alright, the final pitcher that I will be adding for right now is Adam Ottavino, who is very good. Um, Rockies legend. Yeah, just a decent relief pitcher. I'm thinking that once we add some hitters to this team, like these 5 pitchers will be enough to get the job done. At least that's what I'm hoping. But yeah, that's all the pitchers that I have saved and ready to go for now. So that being said, let's run this team and see how they do. Alright, we are at the All-Star break. Home run derby. No one. Let's go see how all of our pitchers are doing. Oh, not great. Kyle Freeland, Ubaldo Jimenez. Herman Marquez, where are you? 325 is not terrible. Relief pitchers. Adam Ottavino, 231 isn't. Oh, he has a lot of losses, though. 17 holds isn't bad. Houston Street doing a great job. Yeah, 28 saves is not bad. All right. Um, Lexus Diaz is making a comeback. Good for him. That being said, let's go finish out the rest of this year. All right, we finished 75 and 87, which isn't terrible. Obviously, a lot of work to be done. Great job from our pitching staff. Kyle Freeland 5-3, Herman 4-1. Who else? Ubaldo 3. And then I'm assuming Adam Ottavino might be here. At the bottom, he's not. Batting war doesn't really matter for right now. You know what? It kind of does. Brenton Doyle or whatever his name is, Ezekiel Tovar. Which one of you is here? There's Brenton Doyle. All right. Awards. None of the major stuff. You guys can go ahead and slow this down and look if you want. That being said, let's go start adding hitters now. I think you guys know who the first one's going to be. Alright, the first hitter that we are adding, you knew who it was going to be. It is the Todd Father, the man with the 100 WAR. I didn't know his WAR was this high. He was an absolute beast, absolute legend for the Rockies. So it made sense to add him first. But hopefully with the addition of the Todd Father, this team will maybe make a push for the playoffs. We don't know yet, but let's go find out. Alright, we're at the Home Run Derby. Maybe Todd Helton is here. He is not, unfortunately. Alright, I don't completely mind that. Wow, he's not even the starting for the All-Stars. Herman Marquez, not bad. Ooh, the pitching is falling off. Wow. Ubaldo Jimenez, 3.92 ERA is not acceptable. And Kyle Freeland's not even here. Relief pitching. Wow, Adam Ottavino. Scott Alexander's here before Ottavino is. Wow. All right, Houston Street though, balling out. Todd Helton is in second. Wow, he's having not great of a year. Wow. All right, I mean, Brenton Doyle jumps up over Adam Ottavino, who is not progressing. Houston Street. All right, let's finish out the year. All right, so a team that almost made the playoffs last year falls to 68 and 94. That is not very good. League leaders, Todd Helton for walks. How did he do batting war wise? 5.1 isn't terrible. Wish it was higher. Herman Marquez in third. Kyle Freeland, Ubaldo Jimenez. Adam Ottavino with 1.6. All right, not bad. All right. Awards. Guessing we didn't have anyone win anything. If you guys want to take a look, go right ahead. I'm not going to stop and go through every single one. All right, so let's go add another player and see how it works. All right, the next player we have added is Larry Walker. Absolute beast for the Rockies, so figured might as well add him. See if he helps his team win more games. All right, we are at the All-Star break home run derby. Show me at least one player. There we go, Larry Walker getting it done. We like to see that. All right, let's see how these players are doing All-Star voting. Still no one. All right. Ubaldo, Kyle Freeland, Herman. All right, that's all we need to see. Adam Ottavino finally getting it done. But now the problem is Houston Street is not getting it done with his 9 blown saves. All right. Todd Helton, second for first base, and then in right field, Larry Walker is in second, right behind Acuna. All right, see how they finish out the rest of the year. All right, we finished 84 and 78, which is good enough for the postseason. You do enjoy seeing that. So let's go ahead, take a look at these league leaders. Yeah, you see the pitchers. That was it apparently. Hitters though, these two guys, 6-3 and 6. Start going through this a little bit. Brent Doyle led the league in triples. Like I said, if you guys want to slow this down and take a look, you guys can be my guests. Baldo Jimenez though is a beast, and he did lead the league in WAR. Kyle Freeland and Herman Marquez. All right, not bad. Awards. Oh, okay, a lot of Gold Gloves, but that appears to be it. Yeah, wow, alright. See how they do in the playoffs. Sweep Chicago. Then get swept by the Dodgers. Alright, let's go add another player to this team and see if we get better. Alright, the next player we are adding is Dante Bichette. I didn't make him myself, so take all of it with a grain of salt. But he was an absolute beast. He had like 341 season. Like, come on. Let's be real. That's absolutely insane. One of my favorite cards in Diamond Dynasty year in and year out. So that being said, Dante Bichette will join the team. See if he's the big difference that we need. Alright, we are at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. We have to have at least one player. Dante Bichette. Makes sense. Yeah, not bad. Let's take a look and see how our guys are doing. He is the only starting All-Star. Ubaldo, Herman, Kyle Freeland. Let's see, where is the guy? Jesus, Adam Ottavino, what are you doing? Wow. Alright. Houston Street, 208 ERA is not bad. First base, whoa, Todd Helton. We need to figure that out, buddy. Left field, Dante Bichette hitting 366. Makes sense. Right field, Larry Walker hitting almost 300. Team's good. Let's keep going. Alright, we finished 90 and 72, and we make another postseason. Yeah, team is nuts. You guys can take a look and see. I'm assuming Dante Bichette won himself an MVP, if I had to guess. Herman Marquez, Kyle Freeland, Ubaldo Jimenez. Just all absolute beasts is what you love to see. Jace Dollander. Not bad. Yep, Dante Bichette had a 10 WAR. Which is absolutely nuts. Larry Walker. Todd Helton, how did you finish the second half, buddy? Alright. Todd, 4.0. He finished decent. He finished decent. Let's take a look at the awards. What did we win? Cy Young, Herman Marquez, Gold Gloves to Todd and Larry Walker. Hank Aaron goes to Dante. NL Rookie of the Year obviously goes to Dante. Batting title goes to Dante. MVP doesn't go to Dante, though. Alright. He hit 336. Not bad. Let's see how they do in the playoffs. Milwaukee in the first round. Easy sweep, 4-3. Alright, every single game. Alright, and we're taking on the Minnesota Twins in the World Series. And we lose in 5. Oh, man, that's tough. Alright. Didn't think we were ready yet, so that's okay. But I'm going to go add a player, and I'll see you when I'm done. Alright, the next player we are adding is Charlie Blackmon. This one I did not make myself, so shout out to whoever made him. I did change his stats a little bit because Charlie Blackmon he was a beast. 5th for MVP voting, I think in 2017. One of the greatest Rockies of all time. So that being said, we add him to the team. Brent Doyle is probably going to move to DH if I had to guess, so that's fine. But that being said, let's start simming and see how this team does. Alright, we are at the All-Star break. Home Run Derby. Gotta have at least one guy in here. We do. It's Dante. Makes sense. Paul DeYoung. Why? Alright, let's see the All-Star voting. Dante, Todd, and Charlie Blackmon is what I'm talking about. Ubaldo, Herman, and Kyle Freeland. Not even going to spend the time looking for him. Houston Street, 26 saves. There we go. Good year from him. Todd Helton, beast of a player. Why is Keibert Ruiz always an all-star? That being said, Todd Helton doing a great job this year. Dante Bichette does a job. Our actual center fielder is Brenton Doyle, who can't hit very well. Larry Walker in second behind Corbin Carroll. Okay. Then Charlie Blackmon is here. Alright, not bad. Alright, we finished 93 and 69, which is good enough to face the Braves in the first round of the wild card. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at all that. I mean, go right ahead. Slow it down if you really need to. Saves is the only one I really care about. Houston Street, not bad. Pitching war. Wow. Herman Marquez, Ubaldo, Kyle Freeland, Dante, Todd Helton, Larry Walker, Charlie Blackmon. Those are the only main ones. Ryan McMahon, I'm pretty sure it said. Awards. Gold Glove, Larry Walker. Hank Aaron goes to Dante Bichette. Rookie of the Year goes to Dante Bichette. MVP goes to Dante Bichette. Batting title goes to Todd Helton. Not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, let's go ahead. See how this team does in the playoffs. We dropped game one, and we got swept. Alright, I'm going to go add another player. I'll see you guys when I'm done. Alright, the next player we add is Vinny Castilla. I didn't make this card myself, so shout out to whoever did. Pretty good player. I liked him in Diamond Dynasty, so let's see if he helps his team win more games. Yeah. Alright, it is the All-Star Break Home Run Derby. Larry Walker and Charlie Blackmon. Beautiful. Charlie Blackmon and Vinny Castilla, both starters. Herman Marquez. Houston Street, how are you doing? 1.21 ERA is very solid. First base, Todd in second. Third base, Vinny Castilla, like we said. Left field. Ooh, Dante having a massive down year. Alright. Center field, Charlie Blackmon. Right field, Larry Walker. DH. Who even is my DH? I forgot. I think it's Ryan McMahon. Alright. We finished 86 and 76, which is apparently not good enough to make it to the playoffs. How in the hell? Wow, okay, that's why. Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense. Wow. Alright. Yeah, okay. League leaders, I'm not even going to look through all of it. I mean, yeah, our guys balled out. Just not enough, apparently. Which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Yeah, alright, let's look at the awards. Charlie Blackmon wins a Hank Aaron. Vinny Castilla wins Rookie of the Year. Vinny Castilla wins a batting title. Alright, Dante Bichette has a down year, which absolutely kills our team. Alright. Alright, let's go add another player and see if it's a missing piece of this puzzle. Alright, the next player we are adding is Troy Tulowitzki. He had to be here eventually, so we do add him. I will preface this, I did not make hit this card. I did change the stats a little bit to fit him better. But obviously he was a great defensive player. Pretty good hitter. So that being said, we add him to the team. And yeah, hope that he's the missing piece that we need to win it all. Alright, it is the All-Star Break Home Run Derby. Todd Helton's in here. We do like to see that. Alright. And as for the All-Star voting, only Larry Walker and Dante. Who else makes it? Kyle Freeland and Herman Marquez. Alright, perfect. Houston Street, 2.17 ERA is not bad. 20 saves, okay. Todd Helton doing a job. Vinny Castilla nowhere to be seen. Neither is Tulowitzki, Dante Bichette, Charlie Blackmon, Larry Walker. Alright, not bad. Alright, we win 95 games, which is only good enough for the wild card. This is an insane simulation. Yeah, because we have the Dodgers, so I don't think we will ever be at the point where we will be overtaking them, unfortunately. League leaders, yeah, you guys can take a look at them if you want. All you need to know is that this team is filthy. A lot of great players. Kyle Freeland, Herman Marquez, Ubaldo. I have not seen you in a fat minute. All right. Batting award, Dante. Okay, that's actually not bad. Todd Helton, Larry Walker, Troy. Very good all-around team. Awards. Actually, why not look at player of the month? Vinny Castilla, rookie of the month. Dante Bichette. All right. Awards. Cy Young goes to Kyle Freeland. NL Rookie of the Year, Dante Bichette, and MVP to Todd Helton. We had all three of the guys on here. We like that. But this has to be a year we go and win a championship. Okay, we do barely sneak away with one. We're going up against the Dodgers, who are very good in this simulation, and we sweep them. And we lose to the Phillies. I'm going to go add another player, and we will see if this team can get the job done. Alright, your eyes do not deceive you. We did add Nolan Arenado to this team. It had to be Nolan after a while. I did move Vinny Castilla to second base. This entire team is filled except for the catcher. I really hope we win it soon because I'm running out of players. I did not make Arenado. I will say that. Did not make him, so shout out to whoever did. That being said, let's start simming because we need to win this soon. Alright, we're at the All-Star break. Home run derby. Dante Bichette, we do like to see that. Who made the All-Star team? There we go. Lot more Rockies players. Kyle Freeland, that's the only starting pitcher. Houston Street does what he does. First base, no Todd Helton. Vinny Castilla. No, both Nolan Arenados are here. Obviously, ours is better by a lot. Shortstop, no one. Dante, Charlie Blackmon. No. Larry Walker, unfortunately. But, alright, let's keep going. Alright, we finished 99 and 63, and we're a wild card team yet again. Because the Dodgers refuse to be worse than us, even though they're second, and we're number one in pretty much everything except for speed. Yeah, you guys can look through it. I'm not going to take too much time on it because obviously we led the league in a lot of stuff, as we should. Pitching war, main three guys, hitting war. Everyone did very well, as usual, except for Troy. I don't know, Troy still had basically a 5 war. But all around, not bad. Let's take a look at the awards. Cy Young, Kyle Freeland. Dante Bichette, Hank Aaron. Rookie of the Year. And batting title goes to Todd Helton. Alright. No MVP, though. Alright. Can we please win it this year? Thank you. Dodgers. We do get eliminated. Alright. I think I legitimately have one player left to add. So, yeah, hopefully it's the missing piece. So, yeah, I'll see you then. Alright. Hopefully the last piece of the puzzle that we need. Chris Iannetta, I did beef his stats a little bit. I didn't make this card, but he did have 1 year where he did it like 260 with a 390 on base percentage, 505. I think it was like almost a 900 OPS, which isn't the greatest in the world, no. But is it the worst? Also no. So that being said, I didn't make this card, so yeah, don't yell at me. Alright, we're at the All-Star break. Home run derby. Show me a couple guys in here. Dante Bichette. That's fine. Let's see. All-Star voting, we have a few. None of our starters. Houston Street is all the way at the bottom. 4.46 ERA, which is kind of scary. Okay. Okay. I mean, pretty good. We have pretty much everyone here, except for a couple guys, so we'll take that. But let's go finish out the year. We need a World Series win here, in a big way. Alright, we finished 114 and 48 and win the division. League leaders. Just look at them. Wow. Ryan Feltner, least amount of losses. Herman Marquez with 20 wins. Great year for him. Pitching war. 3 big guys, and then hitting war. You see most of our players are here. So that being said, let's go ahead, check out the award winners. Dante Bichette, Rookie of the Year, that's it. Wow. Alright. That being said, we do have a World Series to go win. Hold on, I want to make sure the roster's okay. Alright, first round, we win. Taking on Atlanta. Game 7. We do win. We're going to face Baltimore in the World Series. Alright, you know the drill. We're not hopping in unless it's to get the last out. So yeah. Not bad. They want us to rock the City Connects. I don't see why not. Who do we have on the bump? It's gonna be Kyle Freeland. Alright, I'm fine with that. Team looks gross. Let's go see if they can get it done. They start off with a run. We answer with 0. Okay, we do tie it back up. Okay, we take a lead. Oh yeah, there we go. Is that Ezekiel Tovar who hit a home run?
Ball 4, take your base.
Kyle Freeland, wow, alright. Pitching change for that. Ottavino, please.
Take your base, ball 4.
Oh my god. Oh my god, wow, they fell apart here. They fell apart here. Alright, get him out of the game. Just get this one out of here.
3. Ball 4, take your base.
Yeah, this one's over. Alright, it looks like we're gonna have to try to take it in game 7. Alright. Let us take it back. We're the home team again. Who do we have on the bump? Is it Ubaldo Jimenez? Is that the main man on the bump? We're gonna rock some old home jerseys. We're gonna rock the 1997. Actually, we're gonna rock the 93 home jerseys. Who do we have on the bump? We got Ubaldo Jimenez. Alright, see if you can go get the job done. This team has to get it done, right?
He's safe.
Alright, we put up 2. They answer with 1. And they take a lead.
3.
This Orioles team, man. Oh my god.
Ball 4, take your base.
Double play. Jeez, we might have just lost this. Oh, they come back. Oh, that is huge. Houston Street, get me 3 outs, buddy.
3.
We're going to enter the game to make the final out. You know the drill. I can't believe they came back down 4. Or not down 4. They came back and gave us 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th to take home a World Series. Houston Street. Let's get it done. Alright, last batter. Just get me 1 out here, buddy. Just get me 1. That's all I need from you. Not asking for a lot here. Come on.
No.
Get yourself a World Series win, Houston Street. No, come on. Hit your spots, buddy. Hit your spots. Alright, beautiful. Drop a nice slider in there. Call it a day. Come on, Tyler O'Neill. You want it.
That's a ball.
It's all down to this pitch.
Full count.
Swing and miss. And we win the World Series. The Rockies get it done at the end of the day. Chris Iannetta wins player of the game. So apparently he was the missing piece that this team needed. Let's go look at the postseason stuff. Houston Street, 3 saves in the, I guess, postseason. I don't know if that's World Series only. But we win the World Series. Awards. MVP goes to Ezekiel Tovar. Alright, but that being said, this is what the final team looks like. We added a lot of legends. Chris Iannetta got up to a 96 overall. Yeah, I like that. Overall, though, this team did very well. It took us, what? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It took us 14 years to get this done. But that being said, thank you guys as always for watching. Stay tuned for the next one, and peace.